Why do so many people start calisthenics, but almost no one sticks with it? Over the past 10 years, I've gone from struggling to a single pull-up to mastering advanced skills like the muscle-up, handstand push-up and even the planche. And at that same time, I've helped thousands of people around the world start their own calisthenics journey. But you know what we've also seen? Most people quit. Not because calisthenics is too hard, but because they make a few common mistakes that most people don't even realize they're making. And that's exactly what this video is about. I'm going to break down the 3 most common reasons that cause people to stop and give you the 3 rules to never quit calisthenics. Together, they form what we call the calisthenics consistency system. And at the end, I'll share a free tool that we use to keep showing up that you can steal today. But most people still fail. And here's why. Rule number 1. It all starts in your mind. Your mindset determines your timeline, and most people set the wrong one. You see someone doing a muscle up and think, give me a few weeks. But calisthenics doesn't work like that. Progress stalls and you feel like you're failing. I know because I did the same. In my first month, I tried to do a muscle up. Not only did I fail, I hurt my shoulder, took 2 weeks off and almost gave up. But luckily, I found the courage to keep going. So to overcome this, let me give you the 3 pillars that we call the patience pyramid. Pillar number 1. Expectations. Let me tell you what goes wrong all the time. You expect fast results. For example, I hear you saying, I want that muscle up in 30 days. Second, you compare yourself to athletes who've trained for years. Or you doubt yourself and maybe think, I'm not built for this type of training. And in fact, it's not even crazy to think this way. Social media shows instant results, but not the years of training behind them. But to fix this mindset, here's what actually works instead. Shift your focus to building up clean, consistent basics. Focus on fundamentals before skills. Master push-ups, master pull-ups before chasing handstand push-ups and muscle-ups. 2. Study your own form in every single workout. This keeps the focus on you versus you instead of comparing yourself to someone else's highlight reel. And remind yourself that every expert was once a frustrated beginner. The second pillar is about setting the right timeline. This one is crucial and personal to me. I remember thinking, okay, I'll just train every day for a month and I will get that planche. So I did. Full commitment. After 30 days, nothing. My body felt wrecked and my motivation pretty much gone. That's when I learned results don't follow hype, they follow time. So make sure to set clear 8 to 12 week goals, not 30-day fantasies. If you aim short term, you quit before progress really kicks in. So 2 important things here. 1. Build strong habits, because progress comes from routine, not from random training hype. And second, respect the adaptation curve. Your muscles and joints need time and not just effort. The final pillar is about tracking. Let me tell you what I used to do. I would finish a workout and think, that felt good, got a good pump, and I'm making progress. But a week later, same exercises, same good pump, but no clue if I got any better. It was just a hype, but no real numbers. And that's tricky, because if you don't track, your mind will lie to you. You will forget about your progress and focus only on what you can't do instead of actually seeing how you're progressing. So here's what I would do to fix that. First, track your reps, sets and form. Nothing fancy, just use a simple notes app or a notebook. That's more than enough. Then second, set clear small checkpoints. For example, in 6 weeks, I want 3 more reps on my pull-ups. And finally, adjust once you reach those checkpoints and evolve from there. And trust me, progress becomes addictive when you see it. So what's the big idea behind the patience pyramid? It's simple and powerful. First, you need to set realistic expectations. Stop chasing shortcuts and focus on the basics. Then give it a proper timeline. Build habits and respect the time your body needs to adapt. And finally, track what you do. Because if you don't measure, you won't see the small wins that keep you going. These 3 pillars, they work together and repeat like a loop. Because every time you hit a new level, you need to reset expectations, give it time and track again. So for this first reason, how you think and approach your training, it all starts with getting the right mindset. But even with a perfect mindset, most people still fail and quit. That's where rule 2 comes in. And this one, it's not about how you think, it's about how you structure your training. You see, you start with motivation. You train 2 or 3 times a week, but 3 months in, no real progress. I know, because I've done it myself. I thought as long as I train hard, I will improve. So I did more push-ups, more pull-ups, more everything. But I wasn't training with purpose. I was doing the same thing over and over again without results. Same thing happened to Seth, one of our pro members. He works full-time, hectic lifestyle, trained every other day, but he hit a wall. No matter how hard he trained, he wasn't seeing results until he started using structure. We gave him the structure he needed, with adjusted exercises, enough rest, and the right training intensity. That's when things finally started moving. He unlocked the muscle ups in just 3 months later. Not because he trained harder, but because he finally trained smarter. That's the key difference between repeated movement and progress. It's structure. We use something we call the progressive structure system, a training approach we have built over years of coaching and developing our training app. It's made out of 3 building blocks that are part of every single plan in our app that you can steal from me right now. The first building block is the weekly workout split. Each week you should target specific muscle groups or train certain skill movements in order to give them just enough time to recover before being trained again. That's how you grow. Not by doing more, but by giving your body the right training stimulus at the right time. The second part is working towards clear weekly overload goals. In every phase, you should have weekly performance milestones, meaning that you know what you're aiming for each week. Whether it's more reps, better form, or hitting that one key move. You're not just working out, you're working towards something specific. And finally, the third building block is about long-term phasing. You shouldn't just train for today. You need a bigger vision, like unlocking the handstand push-up. That's not just one workout or a few weeks. It's a journey through multiple stages, each building the strength and control for the next one. That's exactly how our full journey programs are built in the app, with 5 clear phases, each one designed to take you one step closer to your next goal. So you always know where you are, where you're going, and how to get there. So what's the essence behind the progressive structure system? It's not just about showing up, it's about training with direction. First, follow a weekly split that stimulates the right muscles while giving them the rest they need to grow. Then work towards specific overload goals every single week. And finally, train with long-term vision, with phases that all lead to the bigger goal, like unlocking the planche or handstand push-up. These 3 pieces work together like gears. If you miss one, your whole progress system falls apart and you end up quitting. So make sure you got the right structure in place. So now your training is dialed in, you've got the right mindset and a smart structure. But even with all that in place, people still quit. And this last rule is the most dangerous one. It's not about how you train, it's about your body signals and what happens when you ignore them. Here's the truth most people don't talk about. Most people don't quit because they're lazy. They quit because they get injured, frustrated, or stuck, often without even knowing what went wrong. You know, you start with motivation, you go all in, and suddenly your wrists start aching, your shoulders feels off, but you keep going. Because that's what we're told, right? Never give up. Always give your 100%. But here's the truth. Pushing through doesn't make you tough. It's the fastest way to get injured. So what actually goes wrong? Let me give you the 3 common pitfalls that cause most beginners to get stuck or injured before they see real progress. First, you start at the wrong level. You grab a random TikTok or YouTube routine that looks cool but wasn't built for your level. No scaling, no progression, just max effort from the start. Second, you use bad technique because no one showed you how to move properly. Things like scapular control and form under fatigue. You copy what you see, but your joints aren't ready for it. And when forms breaks down, injuries follow. And third, you overtrain. You suddenly work out almost every day, thinking more is better. But your body never gets a chance to recover, and that's when things start to break down instead of building up, especially if you're coming from a desk job or haven't trained for a while. I still remember being in the gym, watching someone do 10 pull-ups effortlessly and thinking, damn, maybe I'll never get there. But I'm telling you all of this because I went through it myself. And I'm going to be real honest with you. I made all 3 of those mistakes. I jumped into advanced workouts I wasn't ready for. I ignored elbow pain for weeks. I thought this is normal, just soreness. Keep going. But it wasn't soreness. It was the early signs of tendonitis, golfer's elbow. And I didn't just get it once. It happened twice on both of my arms. And the result, I had to stop training for nearly a year. 2 times. Not because I lacked motivation, but because I didn't understand how to listen to my body on time. And this happens all the time, especially in calisthenics, where beginners jump straight into way too advanced workouts. And the worst part, the pain doesn't just hit your joints, it really hits your mindset. You start doubting yourself. Maybe I'm not built for this. I'm too old. Calisthenics just isn't for me. So how do you actually stay injury-free and keep training for years, not just weeks? Let me give you the 3 principles that changed everything for me. The first one, warm up your joints before your muscles. Most people jump straight into push-ups or pull-ups, but your joints, especially your wrists, shoulders and elbows, they need to be prepared first. So before every session, take about 5 to 10 minutes for wrist circles, scapula activations and light mobility drills. We call it joint first training, and it's a game changer for staying pain-free. Take Robin for example, one of our members. He used to train every other day for the handstand, but his wrists were always painful. Once he started applying our joint first system, he finally trained consistently for 6 months pain-free and achieved that handstand. Second, use the 2 reps in reserve rule. Forget the no pain, no gain. If you push to failure every set, your form breaks down and that's when injuries happen. Instead, stop each set while you still have 1 to 2 clean reps left in the tank. This way you train with high intensity without compromising technique or overloading your joints. It's the smartest way to build strength and longevity. And third, add deload weeks and prehab work. Here's the truth, your muscles recover in days, but your tendons needs weeks, especially if you're over 30 years. That's why it's crucial to include regular deload weeks and prehab exercises. Think scapula push-ups and shoulder dislocates to prep your shoulders, and band external rotations to strengthen your rotator cuffs. Just simple movements that protect your joints before they break down. And these don't take much time, but they make all the difference. And if you want to keep showing up week after week, year after year, this is your foundation, because nothing kills progress faster than an injury. So if you're feeling stuck, unsure what to train, or like you're not making any progress, you're not alone. We've all been there, but please don't quit. Don't fall into the same traps that cause most people to give up. Instead, fix your mindset, follow a clear structure, and learn to listen to your body. If you follow these 3 simple rules, calisthenics becomes one of the most rewarding journeys of your life. Now, let me know in the comments which of these 3 rules hit the hardest for you. And hey, if you made it all the way to the end, you're a freaking legend, because you're not just another scroller. You showed consistency and focus, and that already puts you ahead of 99% of people. And that alone is the mindset you need to succeed. So keep that going. And if you want to help turning all of this into an actual training plan, that's exactly why we built the Calisthenics Family app. With step-by-step programs tailored to your level and goals, with smart progressions and simple tools to track your reps so you can stay consistent and injury-free for years. You can start completely for free via the first link down below. And as a bonus, we're giving away a set of Calisthenics Family parallettes, perfect for those to kickstart your journey. So how to win? Make sure to like this video, subscribe and comment down below. The winner will be announced in the next video. And this is the winner of last week's video. So make sure to click right here to download our app right now, and click this video if you want to learn more about how to start calisthenics for beginners, including the best free workout routines. Peace out.